when I was playing soccer, obviously I was not playing it with the privileges of having a physio. Maulimele just go out to Zobuya Maupola, So like yeah, and you get like frustrated with like upugile, and then no one, that's back in the townships,
Have you actually I've had a sports massage. Have you had it?
No, I had a massage, like a massage.
No, a sports. No, it's a different.
It's different.
No,
They break you. Those ladies, ne?
I played
and please,
soccer.
you have to do it at an Asian place. You can't.
Schools need to put in financial literacy curriculums. Like, I mean, in the curriculum, caps. Yeah, the one that's
curriculum,
it's caps. I think
I've been out of school for so long.
The Department of Basic Education needs to put financial literacy.
People who know they play sports, so and they gym and rakapana mo like Welcome to the MAGC Wellness Podcast. My name is Kgao Putwani, and today we are bringing the sports lovers something very, very special. We'll be talking behind the scenes of sports, okay? Today we have Noma, who is a sports physiotherapist, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and do her justice because the soccer lovers are going to love this. Hi, Noma.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Yes.
Please, Nomangi, introduce yourself, girl.
Okay, girl. So my name is Nomangi Ziguidi, and I've been a sports physiotherapist for the past 6 months for one of the top 3 soccer clubs in South Africa. I'm just not at liberty to say which one.
No, girl, you have to tell us. No, top 3.
Yeah, one of the top 3
oh my goodness.
soccer clubs. Yeah,
that is big. So you can't first sound, the color, something.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna give it away.
Who's the captain?
Oh no.
Like,
I mean, I can say the captain is very loved. Yeah, that's it.
Ace?
Hey.
Do you wanna just?
It was really, they said you shouldn't mention the club's name, so yeah. I'm an Orlando Pirates fan, by the way, so ish.
And we don't know. You could be you could be thanking her.
Yes,
you could be it could be one of everything. No, it is lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And I think a lot of people are going to be very, very educated by our episode today, because I know a lot of people love soccer.
Yeah.
A lot of women, a lot of men, a lot of children. I think soccer is very pivotal in our country. So, but a lot of people don't know what happens behind the scenes.
True.
We just see people falling, running, picked
scoring
up.
goals or missing them.
It's and we don't really know what goes into keeping them in, like optimal health and fitness.
Yes.
So before we get into that, let me ask you, why sports physiotherapy?
Okay, so initially I got into my profession wanting to be a neurophysio.
Sure.
Because I wanted to cure brain tumors. Because my mom was diagnosed with a brain tumor when I was growing up. And I thought, oh my gosh, the doctors can't fix her. So I want to, either do medicine and become a neurosurgeon or just something with neuro. And then I quickly learned that I was very afraid of blood, so I couldn't go the medicine route. So I was like, okay, maybe I can be a neurophysio, with the little knowledge that I had as to what exactly neurophysios do. But thank God, she got healed miraculously.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's thriving now. So I did work as a neurophysio, actually, and I was like, okay, you know what? I love this side of neuro, but I didn't think it aligned with my personality and the type of person and character that I have. You know, I'm a very busy person, very active, you know, also grew up being very much involved in sports. And so I thought, I think I want to do sports physio. I want to do my master's in sports physio.
Sure.
And lo and behold, at the beginning of this year, so I was Miss of that club back in my days. Yes, I entered a pageant.
Guys, if that does not give you hints, I don't know. There's only one club that has missed something.
You know, and
so you are.
Yeah, so I think, you know, obviously they probably had me on record, and I was called to come and assist the team with physio services, and I thought to myself, oh wow, look at that. I've made up my mind to say I want to do my master's in sports physiotherapy, and now I'm getting an opportunity to actually put that into practice, you know, as I do my studies. So that's how it came about. And, you know, I've been doing it for 6 months, so it hasn't really been that long, but I've learned so much, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
Are you doing for the guys? For the guys team, or the ladies team?
Wait, does it have 2 teams? Do most teams have 2 teams? I'm asking, guys. I don't know much about soccer.
Yeah, I mean, there's
I don't know much about soccer.
virtually every sports. I mean, even in athletics, there's males and females. And stuff.
Yeah.
No, I know Bafana has banyana.
Banyana.
But do most sports
Clubs,
teams,
yeah.
They do,
clubs
actually.
have 2?
Yes, they do.
have
They
2.
do.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people know this. I didn't know this.
No, TX Galaxy has ladies and females. Royal AM, even though shame, you know, the males aren't there, but the female team is still there.
Oh, wow.
You know, Mamelodi Sundowns has female and males team. Yeah. So
Even Orlando Pirates as well. I think they recently had
no, they have a development team.
a development team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless maybe it's still in the talks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't know, you know now.
Yeah.
Like myself. Because that is honestly incredibly inspiring. I think for a lot of young people that are going into physiotherapy to also know that it isn't just one route. You don't have to work in a hospital setting. You don't have to. You know what I mean? It that you could literally be out there in the field, the boys. And girls doing your thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to find out, what does your typical day look like? What does a sports physiotherapist do?
Okay, so generally I would, you know, get to the club, and then when I get there, I've booked players that had injuries, probably from training the previous day, or if we had a match, injuries from a match. So I've booked them to come see me. Generally, what I do is that because I'm the one who is sort of like their first line of contact, so I will assess, and then if I feel that, oh no, you know what, we need x-rays or an MRI, I refer to the club doctor, who will then do his own assessment and then obviously decide, okay, these are the screening tests that the player needs, and then we send the player off for the screening test. When the player comes back, the doctor and I sit down and we discuss the treatment plan. So generally that's what I do when I get to the club. Whoever I've booked to assess or to treat, I prepare my treatment room for that, and then I see the players. After I see the players, they go to the gym. That's where they're with the physical conditioner. So the person, the person who does all the physical conditioning with them. And then those who have long-term rehab, they are with the biokinetist, who actually does the long-term rehab with them. Then we go on the field. Training starts. So at training, the doctor and I, with the bio, if the bio is not busy with rehab, we are on the bench, on the sideline. We're looking at the training. If, you know, anything is happening, like a player gets a knock on the ankle or they fall on their knee, I'm the one who runs in, you know, put some ice or spray, like a numbing effect spray, you know, or if I feel, no, the player actually needs to get out of the field to get treated on the sideline, we take the player out of the field, treat them there, and then, training finishes, I literally go home. So it's such a short day for me. I'm at the club from 9 and I leave around 1-ish.
That sounds like a dream
That must be
job.
nice.
It is. I'm listening and I'm
Especially
like, how?
when you have kids, it's, my kids don't have to go to aftercare because mommy is present, mommy is there, I have the whole afternoon with them.
Wow.
So it's really a blessing. Yeah.
So is there any, in the locker, physio? Do you sometimes
In the
locker room?
Oh, yeah, no. Like, for example, so the typical day I was telling you about was if we have training. So if we have a match, obviously I have a list of players that I know need strapping, need treatment before the match. Generally, we won't really play players who need treatment, but strapping, because it's also a way to prevent injuries. I'll have a list of that. So when we're in the locker rooms, players are changing, the atmosphere is high, it's buzzing. They know the physio is there, waiting for them. They need to get stripped before the match. We need to stretch before the match, because those are all things that I would typically do to also help prevent injuries, or to just keep players' joints stable, because especially when a player comes from an injury, psychologically they still don't trust their joints, or so strapping gives them that boost of confidence to say, no, it's in place, and my physio knows her thing, so I can go out there and perform at my optimal best. So in the locker rooms, you find that I'm there, I'm walking around.
My face is
Yeah.
Working in the locker room.
Hey.
No, it's a dream job.
No,
No, it's a dream job.
It's really amazing.
It's
really amazing.
And
Wait, what's your concern, Kgao?
There's no concern.
It seems like you have something inside that you wanna ask.
no, I've asked. Like, it's fine.
Are
I'm
you
just
sure?
thinking,
Are you
yeah,
satisfied?
I'm just
Because then you were thinking the locker room. You're busy saying the locker.
No,
It's coming
no,
up.
no. She answered my question. She goes into the locker room and she does strapping.
No, you know what? I know where Kgao wants to go.
No, I'm not going
But
anywhere,
I will
guys.
say,
Please help.
it's very professional.
Please
It's
help.
of course
Yeah.
It's very
professional, but I'm just saying,
professional.
working in that environment, like, I mean, it would be very pleasant for me. It would make me want to go to the gym.
Yeah,
you know?
no, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to tell us more about it?
In the locker room or what?
Yeah. About it.
Yeah, no. So basically, I was just saying, the atmosphere is very professional. Everyone knows their place. And at the end of the day, so the physio and the medical team, we fall part of the technical team, right?
Okay.
Of a
Technical team.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
medical.
So the technical has different umbrellas.
Sure.
So you'll find technical. Generally, it's known as the coaches.
Coach,
Yeah. But actually, it's technical team. Then you get the coaches.
Assistant
Then you get the medical team. Then you get the media team, social media team. So it technical is basically anyone who is not a player.
Sure.
Yes, but acting as support for the players. So it's very professional. Well, at least with the club that I'm working, it's very professional. Everyone knows their place, and we do courses like safeguarding, where the players and the technical team, there's defined boundary lines that everyone respects. Because there's been a lot of drama, so clubs try to keep away from that.
Yeah, maybe let me ask the question. Has there been any challenges having to work in the locker room? And maybe if we could just mention one or two.
I'll say maybe the challenge that I've come across, it's halftime.
Yeah.
When the team, we're not winning, and
everyone is frustrated.
There's a lot of frustrations, but it's high paced. Soccer is very high paced. It's so different from coming from neuro guys, because neuro is in the hospital. The patients are frail.
They're not going anywhere.
In a way. But the fast pacedness of soccer, because everyone is working on the clock, and soccer players want help now, because I want to go back and play now, and I want to go back and play at my optimal best. So physio, what
Must
are you
do your
doing for me
magic.
now? Yeah. So I think for me that might be the only challenge where I have to constantly be thinking on my toes. Like I have to have solutions at the top of my mind constantly. But it's a good challenge because it pushes me as a professional, and to know that, oh wow, the solution that I came up with is actually the player that scored the winning goal. It's like, what? It's so fulfilling in that sense, So I think that can be the only thing that I can say is challenging for me when we're in the locker rooms. Yeah.
I'm actually wondering, like, with the teams that you, like, with the sub
top-
teams that you spoke
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah.
No, in terms of like
Or the
From the
structure.
technical-
The technical
oh, yeah,
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, and how you just explained halftime, right? That it's very high pace, high pressure, high stakes. Because I mean, we're losing. Like, come now. I would imagine that has like quite an impact on your mental health, not just for the players, but also for the team as a whole. So how do clubs have a way of mitigating that? Not just your club, just clubs in general.
Yes, so like you say, because sports is such a big fraternity in South Africa, around the world, we do have sports psychologists. So they don't just serve to be there to support the players. They support the technical team as well. Because even when we did the safeguarding course, what I noticed is that safeguarding is not just to safeguard the players, it's to safeguard the technical team as well, because you need a well-functioning technical team to drive the soccer players to perform at their optimal best. So yeah, I mean, your mental health, because when you're in those locker rooms, the coaches, the things that they are saying there, because they want their teams to perform at, the best. No coach wants a 0 point. All coaches 100%. Want 3 points. That how you get it, just get those 3 points for me as a coach. So you can imagine the talks that are going on inside that locker room, right? Sometimes it can be a lot for one's mental health, but we've got sports psychologists who are there to give support.
Because mental health is like a big thing now in I think globally, actually. I think it's becoming
everywhere and anywhere.
Are we on the fourth burden now?
Yeah.
Mental health has been there. To come to think of it, it has been there. It's just that maybe there's a lot of, can I say, maybe a lot of black professionals having to study and then now made aware of it.
Yeah.
Because then, like, thinking of the past, I'm just thinking if maybe back in the 70s, how many psychiatrists were there? How many psychologists were there, due to the maybe them being prevented or to access such due to the regime, the apartheid regime,
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that like it's only coming out now, but I think it has been there for most of them. Because then I mean for most of it, because then I'm just thinking like in other countries, like Europe. I mean, if you check the I mean, there's professionals there, and then they are made aware of it from those times. Yeah, like if you check how damaged the 70s, 60s are, and how the mental illnesses has been transferred from generation to generation. So it's really like something that is actually like good, that like now we're getting like a lot of professionals and a lot of awareness, and more especially in South Africa.
I'm actually thinking now, as we're talking about just developments, right? I would imagine also sports in general has a lot of developments, a lot of new trends. How do you keep up to date with that?
So it's important that you plug yourself in a community, right? So I'm following a lot of sports groups, South Africa and internationally, social media wise and on WhatsApp, like I'm plugged in, because things are coming up so quickly. You'll find that a company pitches one machine that helps with this. Then on your one sports group, they're like, oh, no, that is so 2023.
Hi, Bo.
We are here now. And you're just like, I literally just ordered this for the team. Now I have to go back to finance and be like, no, actually, can we get this? You know? So, but then obviously you have to look at the development of your own country, you know, and not like compare yourself too much with like first world class countries, because they are like moved beyond what South Africa is, especially in sports, you know, like with the EPL, you know, La Ligas, PSL it's trailing yana behind. It's getting there, but it's still trailing behind. So I'm plugged in, and I attend a lot of webinars. We've got a lot of sports physicians. And the thing that I also never used to know, I never used to know that there are sports physicians. I just knew that there were physicians. But there are actual doctors who specialize in sports medicine. They are called sports physicians. So it's something that I learned, and which was like, oh, wow, it means that South Africa is not really that behind, you know. So they host a lot of webinars where they talk a lot about injuries and possible treatments of injuries that are out there, you know. And so I'm very blessed in the sense where, like, I'm working with one sports physician now who's doing his PhD in our club. So he's always like sending me articles for me to read, you know, to stay updated and informed about the latest treatment possibilities that are out there for me to explore, for me to also maybe think about when I'm choosing my topic for my master's, you know. So I'm just like plugged in, and I'm attending a lot of those webinars, learning a lot. Also from the society that I'm under, PASA, like they've got a sports group. So I'm getting a lot of information from there and just absorbing and learning and trying to keep up to date. So yeah, that's how I learn basically and keep myself up to date with the newest trends.
Okay. And just going back to injuries that you spoke about, you know, obviously there's a lot to learn. There's always new developments coming up. What are some of the common injuries that you see in your therapy room, and what is your approach to the treatment approach?
Yeah, so it's different with females and males, right? Because we know that with females, like just being on your periods can affect the integrity of your ligaments.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Girl, listen, you know that. No.
So you'll find that what's more prevalent in females is not really prevalent with the male side, right? So I'm just going to speak now in general that because soccer is a contact sport, ankles, back up, Anna. Like, you know, we call it contact, where the one player is in contact with the other player, and the soccer boot goes through to the ankle.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
That sounds like unnecessary. Why are we doing that?
Because it's competition.
It's competition. I mean, like...
But I know you're hurting me on purpose.
Yeah, if ever you are a problem, like for instance, like we have like players who are troublesome. We know if he's very fast and I'm a defender. Like to stop you to cap. If we're winning and I see that you attempting to, you know, try to score goals
on purpose,
yeah,
because the hell,
it's one of the dirty games. Soccer. It's
are you
dirty.
serious? I always thought, you know what, they're always like a mistake. I don't think it's
sometimes it's not.
Strategic.
Sometimes it is, but I don't think. Yeah.
No, sometimes it's quite strategic because it's a contact sport, so you can't say I did it by mistake. Soccer is a contact sport, so
I kicked you.
I was trying to get the ball. I was trying to tackle you to get the ball.
Because I've seen players really angry on the field, but in my head, but it was a mistake. Why are you so angry?
There's one of the disturbing ones that I saw. It was who's this guy who was playing for Kaizer Chiefs and he went to TS Galaxy? The colored guy, man.
I can't help you. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I really don't know.
Bennett Parker. He was actually playing for South Africa.
A while ago.
They broke his leg, like literally on the screen, it broke. It went like goal.
Yeah.
You know, it twisted and stuff, and then I was surprised they fixed it. It was you guys, right?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, so yeah, I mean, I've treated a lot of ankle injuries, ankle ligamentous tears, you know, and then you get a lot of soft tissue injuries because of contusion. Like a player will hit you with his knee on a muscle on your leg, and the bruising is so bad because soccer players are strong. They're very strong. They're agile, So, and it's so fast paced, even on the field, that the knock, like the momentum that comes with a soccer player's knee hitting one of your muscles, it's so bad. Like the bruises are so bad, So I would say that mostly what's more prevalent, a lot of ligamentous tears and contusions on muscles.
Which is the bruising.
The bruising, yes. I've encountered one head injury during training. I know. Can I tell you, it was my first day.
No,
head injury.
No,
A head injury.
Home. You go home because you have to go recuperate.
To a goalkeeper, which also makes sense.
Was it the ball?
No, and a player was trying to hit the ball into the net, and the keeper wants to hold the ball, right? And so instead of heading the ball, he headed the keeper, the goalkeeper.
Headed his head.
Yeah, the player headed the goalkeeper.
I just feel like my child will never play soccer. It's
a very lovely sport.
No shame.
I love it.
No, 100%.
And so, I had to be like, oh gosh, okay, recovery position, call the doctor, shame, we stabilize the player. The player is doing well, But yeah, so I haven't really encountered a lot of head injuries or sudden collapses on the field where we could suspect like a sudden heart attack or anything like that. I think those are very rare occurrences, but they can happen. But yeah, you see a lot of ankle and knee ligamentous injuries in sports.
And tears, no?
Yes, like they actually like tear. So you can either you'll get a lot of grade 1s and grade 2s, which sometimes don't necessarily need surgery, but then like grade 3 would mean like no shame.
So grade 1, grade 2, what does that mean?
So grade 1 is like a small tear on the ligament,
okay,
right? And then grade 2, it's like maybe the integrity of the ligament was torn to like 30 to 40%. And then a grade
like
3,
half the ligament,
basically.
And that's not bad.
Not really.
Oh.
In sports, like in professional sports, it's not bad.
Okay.
For someone like me, it's bad. Like I tore my MCL at the club, and it was a grade 1, and I was screaming like a baby. Some players continue playing, So, and then grade 3 is like it's severely torn, like it's severed. The ligament is torn. You need surgery to, an orthopedic surgeon has to do his or her stuff there on the player. So, where from my experience, I haven't really had that. And then you'll get like foot bone stress injuries, like stress fractures, hairline fractures, where because of the studs of the cocks, the coccygeal studs, the player was stepped on by another player.
So that happened.
Yeah. And then now you get a stress fracture on one of the foot bones. Yeah, or like a hairline fracture. Yeah.
Have you ever hit your small toe on anything?
Or like this part. Yeah, where the nerves run.
Something like that.
Yes.
Dear.
So they'll get mostly that as well, like a lot of foot injuries, because like in soccer, you're on your foot, you're on your feet, so you'd hardly get like any hand injuries, upper body. You'll get once in a while some chest contusions as well if a player like literally landed on you, or the ball came at a very high velocity and then boom on your chest, But those are very rare occurrences. Most of the injuries are ligament tears. Sometimes you even get what we call non-contact injuries, where your hamstring, soccer players, but hamstring, because it's just torn, because their hamstrings are constantly overloaded. So they're running, an athlete, they'll be running. Those fast-paced athletes, they run, and then you just see them holding their hamstring, means it's torn. So because even with soccer, like they have to be running constantly on the field, chasing the ball or trying to go score, or as they kick in the ball, the muscle just snaps and tears. So you get a lot of those in soccer, yeah.
That is so interesting, because I've always, and I know I might get a lot of like backlash for this thing, but 90 minutes is a bit dramatic. Like running after a ball for 90 minutes. And no wonder the hamsters stay, guys, because
That's better. People run 5-10 hours with marathon.
Yeah.
no, but that's once in a while.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
But
that's
they
once.
don't they
comrades.
practice every day?
No, but also I would imagine soccer players practice like a lot before a game, right?
Oh yeah,
Of
no.
course,
We have
yeah.
training every day.
To run 90 minutes.
It's
How
actually
okay.
fine.
How can I tell you?
That's-
You will feel like in 90 minutes when your team is losing. You will want the umpires, the officials, to
add
give
more.
more time, like 15, not the 2 minutes that they usually give. You want them to add 15 because you want to catch up with the score and score more goals. I
That's so
promise you,
wild.
players don't feel it because they fit. They fit. Like at our club, they don't just do the training on the field. They have a whole gym. So like I said, they will come and see the doctor and the physio, and then they go to the gym. For a whole hour, you are gymming.
And
with
it's
a-
compulsory.
yeah, yeah. You know, you're gymming with a sports. What do they call them? PT, physical conditioner or physical trainer. So you're getting fit. You know, they're working on your endurance to be able to run for those 90 minutes. They're working on like muscle strength to have strength and power. You know, when you're gonna shoot that ball, it must enter the net and pierce through that net if it has to. You know, they're working on things like your balance, your proprioception. So they work on a lot of things in the gym. Because on the field at training, it's now the sports, it's the sports specific things now. It's soccer. We're doing tactical things now. We're doing technique, you know, rondos, you know, sports specific things now. There's no time for strengthening, stretching. You've done that in the gym, you know, so now you have to, what you've done in the gym has to pay off now. And we train for about what? Anywhere between 70 to 90 minutes. So it does prepare them well for that 90 minutes on the field when they have a soccer match.
Sure. It's actually so interesting to, I don't know about you, Ace, to learn that there's such a bigger picture behind that 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a whole group of people, like a whole team, that's just prepping for that 90 minutes that we get to see.
Of
It is
course.
so interesting. I honestly didn't, I thought there was just a doctor and, but
I mean,
now I'm learning there's the PT, there's the sports physicians now,
Yeah.
there's
The bio.
the bio, there's
a masseur.
woo!
Yeah.
What?
Masseuse,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so interesting.
Well, now-
No, it was so amazing
They're
for
well
me.
taken care of.
Because, guys, you know physios.
You also need the massage.
Also,
girl.
remember, when someone sees a physio, what's the first thing? Oh, I need a massage here. And I'm like, I did not go
You know what?
4 years to varsity
I've
to
fought
come
with
massage
too many
people.
of them, so I know I can't say that.
You know?
It's
So-
so offensive to
It is like, how can you think a whole 4-year degree just to come massage? You know, when there's so many massage parlors out there.
Sure.
You know, and there's actually a specific course you can do sports massage. You can do sports massage and you can massage people. So when I went to my club and they told me there's a masseur, I was like, oh, thank you, God, because I am not about to be massaging players. I am here for prevention and treatment of sports injuries or sports specific injuries. You know, that is my scope of practice. You know, if while I'm doing my treatment, I have to use massage as an adjunct to my treatment, you know, I will do it. But I am not about to be massaging 30 players. No way. So our club, you know, it's so fortunate they have like 2 to 3 masseurs even, because I mean the players
Like,
that they are a lot.
And sports massages are quite intense.
You
Those
know what I
pull,
mean?
Like people.
Yeah. So I think most clubs even, they have 2 to 3 sports massage therapists, which is such a blessing to the physio, because then at least you get to focus really on your scope of practice, you know, because obviously the doctor and Anjay don't even think the doctor will massage a player.
No.
Yeah, you know. And it's okay because that's not their scope of practice. You know, they are a sports physician, you know. So, yeah, it was such a blessing is to know that I'm not going to be massaging guys.
Have you had a...
Not massaging guys.
No, massaging guys. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
Have you actually had a? I've had a sports massage. Have you had it?
No, I had a massage, like a massage.
No. A sports. No, it's a different.
It's
league.
different.
No,
It's a
I
different.
haven't.
They
I haven't.
break you. Those ladies, ne?
Nah, I played
And please, you
soccer.
have to do it at an Asian place. You can't. The,
When
the
I-
intensity of it.
Yeah.
It's not. No. You're not there for fun. You're not having. You are not having fun as the person being massaged.
They'll say no pain, no gain.
Why were they massaging you?
No, it actually helps with like muscle tension and whatnot.
Yes.
But those people break like the
You're doing it after
intensity.
gym or what?
No, I thought I haven't done it before. Let me do it.
Oh.
Also being in a, so it was just like a.
Boy, Nani.
You're not there.
Tell our viewers how. Bonani.
That's about sports. I'm just saying, Kori. People who man, they play sports. So and they gym and rakapana mo life. So
Yeah, no, true. Mina, when I was playing soccer, obviously I was not playing it with, the privileges of having a physio. Maulimele just go out to Zobuya Maupola,
They say
So,
walk it
like-
off.
Yeah,
Step on it.
and you get like
That's so
frustrated
funny.
with like upugile, and then no one,
Yeah.
that's back in the townships, So yeah, I mean, I know about how. The dynamics of the team because I'm a huge fan of soccer. I follow, I even followed like the behind the scenes, getting
wow.
to see there's a doctor. Oh, there's a coach, assistant coach. There's a coach for the what you call this
The goalkeepers.
the goalkeeper
Yes.
and the
Oh,
strikers and the midfielders and the
Yeah.
defender are like, oh, okay, this is
Yeah.
how it operates. I saw it with more in the international before I saw it in South Africa.
Yeah.
I recently started noting it. Oh, this happens also in South Africa. So it was quite interesting to say players they are well taken care of
Yeah.
because also with the mental health side of things they also do.
I didn't know
You
there was
know.
a sports
Psychologist.
psychologist.
Oh, she's
Guys,
amazing.
I'm blown away. Like I'm learning this whole episode for me is
Oh,
just
no.
wow.
It's
I
very
didn't know
important
this
to have one
information.
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can think about even in the hospital how because you're also an allied healthcare worker. Like I remember even in my final year, my ICU exam, they asked me, so once the patient is out of here, as a physiotherapist, what are your recommendations? And obviously I'm like, yeah, a home exercise program. And my examiner looked at me and went, mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, yes. And psychology, or social work, because the trauma that comes with an injury, it's really debilitating.
100%.
And you can imagine to someone who is a high performer, like a soccer player, right? That here you are, you've had, like what Ace was saying, that your leg just break in half
On TV.
on
that's-
television,
It was so much to ask the fans
The
because
fans,
I'm
imagine.
usually in the stadium.
You know what I mean? It's traumatic because you're seeing blood gushing everywhere because you can imagine these people's muscles are so overloaded. If anything happens, the pressure of the blood coming out it's a lot. Now imagine the player. He or she is thinking, yo, my career.
Yeah.
This might be the
it's
end
an
of
honest
it.
concern.
Yes,
It might be the end of it.
Yes, and then even when I go back, facing the fans, facing the opponents, having to relive that event. You know how trauma works. It's very traumatic.
Yeah.
So most clubs, they do have sports psychologists as multidisciplinary team approach to serve players, So like I said, it would generally be doctor, physio, then bio,
So the
biokinetics.
chronics are bio. If it's
Not
or
even
maybe
a
like
chronic. Long-term rehab.
and the chronics.
So the chronics will also
Be
generally with the bio,
Okay.
yes. Then
Chronics are long term, guys. Like the long term.
treatment,
treatment,
yes, or long-term injuries,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So then after that, after the bio, then the player has to see a sports psychologist. Also, just for reintegration back into the team, for what we call oh Lord, now the the name just escaped. Return to play. Yes,
Yeah.
for the get ready for return to play. Before a player who has been injured goes back to the field, as part of their return to play assessment, they have to be cleared by the doctor, cleared by the physiotherapist, cleared by biokinetist, and cleared by the psychologist. Like SAFA wants the psychologist's report. The South African Football Association.
Really?
Yes, they want the psychologist report to say, is this player mentally prepared to go back on field? Because we've seen, I think previously, maybe SAFA has had events where players would probably have like catastrophic panic attacks on the field because you had this major injury and then you're just going back, but there was no psychological no one journeying with you psychologically or mentally, like taking care of your mental health to see if you are ready to go back onto the sports field. So I honor sports psychologists. I think they actually do such a great job because I've seen it. I've seen the impact of it with the players that I'm with in my club. So I give them a big five. Yeah.
I actually love that so much because I think as a mom and as a soccer mom or rugby mom or I don't know what the child is going to turn out, but I know he loves sports, right?
Oh, that's good.
It's so encouraging, and I think also for like the young boys, the young girls, you know, that want to go into sports. It's so, I don't know, like enlightening and also reassuring to know that they are fully taken care of. Like there's a comprehensive approach in terms of their wellness.
Yeah.
You know? And coming back to injuries, we always say prevention is better than cure.
Definitely.
So how do you prevent injuries? What is your preventative approach?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, no, you're definitely right. Prevention is better than cure because it's very distressing for players to be benched out because of an injury, you know. But then I think what's important to understand with sports or with sports injuries is that you get like two types of injuries, right? So you'll get what we call contact injury. So like I explained, it's something that the medical team can't really do anything about because sports, or soccer rather, if I hone into soccer, it's a contact sport. So you'll definitely get contact injuries because I cannot control how the opponents play.
100%.
You know what I mean? And then you get non-contact injuries. And that's where now the medical team comes in, where we try to prevent non-contact injuries. And so non-contact injuries would be generally the injuries where the player is on the field and then as they're about to kick the ball, the muscle snaps and they get a muscle strain, or they step incorrectly and then the ligament sprains. You know, no one touched them, they were not in contact with another player, or nor were they in contact with a soccer ball, right? Or during training, they just, you know, they're complaining about tight muscles, you know, that are just unusually tight. So that's where we then come in to say, okay, we have to then do things like there's different approaches. There's what we call ice bath, you know, where it's very good for muscle relaxation.
Really?
Yeah.
I would assume your muscles are tense in there.
No. I mean, when you get into the cold eyes, they might be tense, you know, because vasoconstriction happens with cold, right? But remember, I think it's the Sherrington law that after a lot of contraction, like how zipa, when you contract, after that you relax.
The gym girlies will
Yeah,
love that.
you know. So it's like after long sustained muscle contraction, there's a longer effect of muscle relaxation. Yeah, I think it's the Sherrington. I could be wrong. I stand to be corrected. So we do things like that. You do ice bath. The masseurs as well, you know, they do what we call rub downs or flushes, where they just literally massage your entire body to make sure that your muscles are relaxed, you know, because we don't want, the muscles are already overloaded from gym from playing.
Yeah.
So we have to now relax the muscles, right? And then I can come in with needling, you know, a lot of physiotherapy adjuncts, stretching, which is very important, which a lot of not just soccer players, athletes don't like. Athletes don't like stretching, and stretching is probably one of the best things, and it's free. that any athlete can do, or any person, even when you are a gym fanatic, you can do to prevent yourself from acquiring injuries. And then we also make sure that, like, me as a physiotherapist, I make sure that I'm in constant communication with the physical conditioner to say, this patient, not a patient, this player, they can only take up to 60% of muscle capacity to work with them, right? Or go 100%, right? So overload them 100%, or overload them 60%, overload them 80%, because we're trying to prevent their muscles from being overpulled, right? So we are in constant communication with the physical conditioner, as a physical therapist, and then we have what we call like bioindex screening. So where we take our players before each season, they go there and then they kind of do like a fitness test. And then they do a test of their muscles on the bioindex, and then the bioindex kind of tells us where this player is at in terms of their muscle strength. And so as the physical conditioner and the physical therapist, we need to work them up to this point, or they actually very overloaded, so they have to deload. Then we put in strategies to deload their muscles, because if the muscle is overloaded, it has a high risk of snapping or straining, as the medical term would be. And then we make sure that we strengthen their joints, because making sure the integrity of the joint is very important, because soccer being such an agile sport, you constantly change in direction, right? You need stable ankles, you need stable knees, you need stable hips, right? Because your joints are the ones that give you support for you to be able to do certain movements in the field. So we make sure that their balance is correct, their proprioception is correct, so it's a lot that we get into to make sure that we prevent injuries. And I mean, I can confidently say, since I've been at the club that I'm with, I've only treated contact injuries.
Ooh,
yeah, I've only treated
so they
contact
doing
injuries.
what they're supposed
Yeah,
to do.
I haven't had a lot of non-contact injuries, and I'm not gonna give the credit just to myself.
Of
It's
course,
obviously
your whole team.
my whole medical team as well, and so they're doing very well in that case. Yeah.
I love that. I honestly, and I know I'm repeating myself here, but I love the fact that it's interesting for me to hear that, the player's well-being is taken
Oh, yeah,
care
definitely.
of holistically.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's something that a lot of people knew. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. I think soccer
yeah.
in South Africa has developed very much. Even when you go to the ladies' side, the top ladies teams, they're doing very well. I might not know about the other technical challenges that they have, but I think from a medical side, they're doing very well. We make sure that even if they're sick from flu, they can come and they talk to the doctors, and the doctors give them the medication that they need, and we're like, okay, no, you can't train with flu, rest, so we really do try to take care of the players. And sometimes, the fans, they don't like that, because then they want their favorites to be on the field, but they don't know that, behind the scenes, this person is dealing with 1, 2, and 3. And from the medical side, we have advised the coaches that we don't think it would be good if this player would play today.
Sure.
And then they just want to blame the coach. So shame, unfortunately, because the coach is like the brand of the team. They have to take sometimes the fall. Yes. But you find that sometimes it's the medical team who has advised against the player playing. And you'll be fortunate if you have a coach that can actually listen and be like, okay, no, it's okay, we'll bench this player for now. Yeah.
So Noma, my last question is going to be,
yeah,
for all the people that aren't in, I don't want to say professional sports, because they might, in big teams where there's like a whole team there for you. What tips would you give to athletes? Just from a sports therapy point of view, in terms of just looking after themselves, just making sure that, like you said, if there isn't contact, your body, your muscles, everything is.
So
together?
I would say to athletes out there or anyone who just loves keeping fit and don't necessarily have access to a physiotherapist or any type of medical team, I think, like I was saying, prevention is better than cure. So making sure that you've got the preventative measures in place, stretching, and even an ice bath you can just create at home with your own ice blocks in the fridge. And technology is so at our fingertips these days. You can literally just Google how to do an effective ice bath, how to effectively stretch big or major muscle groups in my body, and then making sure that your diet, which I think is one thing also that we are still lacking in the sports fraternity, bringing in nutritionists, bringing in dietitians who can actually advise as to what is a good diet for specific sports. So making sure that, you're eating the right type of food to fuel your body, right? And to also help your muscles to function properly, taking in proper supplements that are also regulated by the South African Health Society, not just to avoid doping yourself, right? And then
OTs as well, eh? Why are you leaving our OTs out?
I know.
Ace is biased.
I know, and I've had a lot of OTs say to me, "How, girl,
At the sports OTs.
don't you need us?" You know what? For me, I'm everything at my club. So if a player falls and then they hold themselves with their wrist, right, and then the thenar is in pain, I would usually treat it, but I haven't gotten to a point where I also was like out of my depth. And I'm like, here I need an occupational therapist, because also I do value the expertise that an occupational therapist would bring into the team, but like I said in the beginning, soccer, because you work with your feet, generally they don't see the need for an occupational therapist, because a lot of people think OTs are just up here with the hands and the cognitive functioning, right? And I remember one time, one of the first weeks that I was there, I tried doing a cognitive game with them. Sa beta. And I was like, you see, occupational therapist, cognitive therapy is quite important. And then they're like, we have a sports psychologist, and she does like group sessions with them. And I'm sure she does a lot of cognitive stimulating things with them, because also, guys, soccer is a business. So the clubs are going to try to
save as much as
possible.
But also, can they get like financial people, because these people blow their money?
That's one thing I've been advocating for the
Can they get
well.
financial people coming in? Because
but
I think that's not only just a problem in just sports.
It's a problem.
I feel like it's a black problem. Every black person has that particular problem.
We need a lot of financial. I think it starts in schools. Schools need to put in financial literacy curriculums. Like, I mean, in the curriculum, caps.
The curriculum.
It's caps. I think
I've been out of school for so long.
The Department of Basic Education needs to put financial literacy.
I think so.
Because the financial literacy I remember doing economics was drawing up leisure.
Or budgets. And I remember I knew that day that I'm not meant to be anything accounting. I knew science. Because that budget, it showed me
we definitely need that. So I mean, in closing, I think it's just important as a sports person, take care of what you put into your body. Take care of what you put into your body, and be committed. I mean, I see the level of commitment in these soccer players, and it blows my mind. And I'm like, if I had half the commitment that these people had, I would be so far in life, and then... don't be afraid to ask for help. There's like a lot of people out there who are really willing to just give help for free, advice, and if ever I were to be given a platform where I can actually have something like this and I can advise people, I think I'm gonna definitely do that for free. I don't have to charge, just giving proper sound clinical advice, because also we know Dr. Google is not entirely always reliable, and just keep pushing your passion. One day the right club will recognize you.
Sure. Yeah, no. I think I learned a lot. Ace watches the behind the scenes anyway. So Noma, where can people find you?
Okay, so on my socials, on Noma Ngezi, Tandeka Kwidi, on Facebook, and then TikTok.
We'll put it here.
Oh yeah, sure. And then TikTok, the blended Kwidi family.
Aw.
And then Instagram, fitness goddess.
Yeah. It's about multifaceted. Listen.
Yeah.
The handles are different. I love it. I live for it. It was such an honor having you.
Yeah.
I think also our sports sports.
Yeah.
Sports lovers, I think honestly would definitely appreciate this episode.
Yeah,
so thank you. And also thank you to the behind the scenes team.
Oh, definitely.
That really doesn't get their flowers. You know what I mean? So thank you guys for all the work that you do for our athletes.
Oh, we appreciate
that we love so very much. Ace, any final comments?
Well, I definitely do have as a sports, a soccer fan. I'm always like in the stadium most of the time. And then the things that I
You tried to
observe there-
convince me to go to a stadium once.
Remember?
I
Yeah,
remember.
I tried to convince everyone
No,
to
he
come.
did.
Oh, wow, but the vibe is so good.
I love vibes. Yo, that's the only reason I go to a stadium because
But
I'm
they
not
also,
watching.
if ever government could just sponsor only their fans.
Like they sponsor
'Cause we
that
also
lady.
Yeah?
That lady travels. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
We shall not name, but I think everyone knows her.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, like in the sense of like we also go through like our own mental health issues in relation to the game, because hey, sometimes
People
you get frustrated.
cry, guys.
So what would you like
But
the
it's
government
fine.
to sponsor in terms of that?
Sponsoring ama psychologist nje would like must lose ile ama fan thina lama fan lawa balekile yabo. And then it's tell you that, those sessions, we need those just like our players. We're there for the players. How? Because I'm not here, we are important.
Wouldn't that be the club's responsibilities? Because fans are, the driving force of the clubs. So the clubs need to take care of their fans.
Like
And
a mess psychology session.
I think most clubs are doing quite well in that regard. I mean, look now, Mamelodi Sundowns representing us, guys, as South Africa, guys. It's not just the club.
They're winning.
At the Club World Cup. And they I've heard through the grapevines, they took some of their fans there all the way to America. Imagine seeing America for the first time because you're a diehard fan. So keep being fans. You never know.
Now,
I think for more fans also, like they must watch the screens properly, and then they must see the true fans. Till we are always down the stadium.
Also, guys, please support women's soccer. What's wrong with you guys? You don't come in numbers to the stadiums when the ladies' teams play.
It's really so. But you know what, guys? We need to wrap up.
Yes.
All I'm gonna say in terms of we listen, we don't judge, because now as a person on the other side, I'm like. But I know there's a lot of people that agree with you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Guys, this was such an interesting, beautiful, enlightening episode. Nama, again, thank you.
No, thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah,
I had such fun. Yeah,
no, guys. We're gonna wrap up. So from myself, Noma, Ace, and you know what? Our behind the scenes person, team. We see you.
Chill out.
It's goodbye.